Stegar here, and welcome to the second episode of my City Skylines series, Fairview. Today I'm going to be working on some detailing around the CBD area that I built in the last episode. So let's get started. Here I'm trying to create a space to put some shopping cart rack things. And I'll end up doing this off camera because I don't have any assets to put here at the moment. So I created building using a few props after filming this, and I'll show you that in a live play later on. So around here I was just trying to work out what to do. I ended up not doing anything and moving over to the next area. So here I'm just going to place down some flowers to fill in this space, and I'll work a bit more on this off camera because I don't think it looked quite right. And just here I'm going to remove the one by the disabled lots because they need access to that car park and the flower bed would not allow that. So I skipped over this bit because I decided that my first take on it wasn't really that great, so started again. Here I'm just placing down a fountain in the centre and some flowers around it. Later on I work out how to do the circle tool with the prop line tool, so I go back over this bit as well. Now I'm just filling in some bushes and things in this space here, and more bushes and things to make it look nice. So you might notice that I've got the speed slider at 25%. This is just to make the camera movements a bit smoother when I speed up the time lapse. Here I'm just placing down these bushes that came with the Park Life DLC to fill in the space. And yeah, I'm just using the prop line tool to plop them down quickly. So let's move on to planting some more little bushes and things in this space because it kind of still looked empty. And now I'll use the circle tool with the prop line tool to fill in this little centerpiece really quickly. I kind of figured this out partway through building the other stuff, so didn't use it in the first place. Now let's move on to another park. I started off here with placing down a road that I'll go more in depth with in the next episode when I build some suburbs. So I'm building a fence to kind of protect people from this cliff because it would be a bit dangerous, and just starting with some paths that came with Park Life to begin things off. I've decided to upgrade the road around here so that later on when I extend out over the bridge it doesn't really need much more work. Here I'm just trying to get the fence lined up with the edge of the bridge. I don't in the end. So now I'm just going to place down these trees. They came with some tree pack that I downloaded, so if you're interested check out the collection which is in the description below. The reason I put a park here is that it's being so close to the cliff, it's a bit of an awkward space to try and build anything else at. So I went for a park to kind of fill it in. Yeah, so more of the prop line tool to place down these flower garden things. And so yeah, this space is really awkward to work with. So soon I'll get on to building out a McDonald's, which you might have seen in the short cinematics at the start of the video. Yeah, here I'm just trying to line up this fence and using these bush things that came with Park Life to fill in a bit of space. Right, McDonald's time, is it? I'm just building out the road first to try and find space to work with, work out what I've got. That bush shouldn't have been there. Yeah, here's the McDonald's. It's like right at the entrance to town, which is great for them because when people are driving in, they can just turn right and stop at McDonald's. So, yeah, this is a good place for business because it catches all the people coming into the centre of town. So here I'm just placing down some parking lots for this area and trying to line them up correctly, or as much as I can. Yeah, and now let's just decorate it a bit with flowers because it just adds a bit more to the area that wouldn't be here otherwise. And now I'm going to place down a Walgreens when I find it. So I'm, again, if you watched the first episode you might already know this, but I kind of wanted to create something that's somewhat American, so I'm using the businesses that I can find on the workshop to try and achieve this. Now I'm just going to cover up the pedestrian crossings that I don't want people using and disabling them with the traffic manager mod. So onto some more buildings. I think this is some pet shop that I also downloaded. If you want to check out any of the buildings, they'll also be in the collection, which should be in the description. And yeah, now I'm just trying to figure out what to put in the rest of the street, and end up going for this shop in the end because it looks okay, I guess, for the area. So yeah, this is the big business area that's in the title, and there's not too many, it's just a few big brands that would be familiar to people if they were driving through the town. This fence is just to, again, protect people from the cliff. I kind of spend like a minute or so on this time lapse trying to work out how to kind of get it to fit over the parking lot. So now might be a good opportunity to tell you that if you become a patron over on Patreon, you'll get access to this save game and early access to my videos. The save game access is $5 a month, so if you're interested in that, go check it out. So now I'll finish off building these roads ready for next episode and head into a live play. I'll see you over there very soon. So today we haven't really made much progress on expanding out the city. We've done a little bit over here, but not as much as in the previous episode, I guess. Down here is the park, which I detailed. Head down to the comments section and leave a name for it, I guess, because I'm leaving it open for you to decide what it can be called. I also added some flowers here to try and cover up where the pavement is kind of going from this bit of the road and going up the path a bit, and looks a bit weird. Now we'll hop into a car with the first person camera mod and look at this McDonald's from a distance. So I guess if you're coming into town and you're hungry, then it's right there for you if you want to stop here. Yeah, so I also put this Walgreens down, keeping with the American theme. If you're not from America, which I'm not either, it's a pharmacy chain. And so yeah, that's that area. And we'll just go over some of the things that I worked on in the previous episode as well. So here's the main street with the cinema and its highly detailed sign, which I actually found quite impressive. The park we worked on today, I actually quite like what I've done with it. And more shops surrounding it. The post office, I think sometimes when they come out, their vehicles kind of get stuck in the front of this intersection, and it just kind of looks really awkward because, you know, the traffic doesn't function that great. Even with Traffic Manager, it can only do so much. Over here I placed down some trees and park benches off camera, and yeah, so that's what we've worked on today as well. And there's the car dealership here, because I wasn't really sure what else to put there, but I guess it just adds a bit more to the game. And over here is these shopping cart things, which I worked on off camera. I actually made a building based off of the single parking lot, so if I place it down, it's going to show up with these shopping trolleys. And so now we better get on to talking about the other towns which I mentioned in the first episode. There's one all the way over here called Georgetown at the moment. It currently has the recycling centre just to function so that I don't get the trash cans all showing up when I'm trying to take my cinematic shots. This I'll probably work on sometime down the line. I don't really have any plans for it. And the second town is Martinsburg, on the kind of other corner of the map. So that'll be another town that I'll work on eventually. And they're about 10 kilometers away from Fairview if you measure it, which I'll show you using the precision engineering mod, that you can actually measure it if it doesn't form a awkward angle that's gonna skew my measurement or fit on the screen. So yeah, it's only 8,700 meters. I thought it was a bit longer than that, but I think I factored in the fact that the road curves, so it did sum up to about 10,000 meters. And this one is similar, if I can get it to show up on screen, 9.6 kilometers, so about 10. That's how far people can walk, apparently. And next episode we'll get on to working on some suburbs around here. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like and share it with your friends. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.